Hi friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss about padding property in CSS. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. The padding property allows you to specify how much space should appear between the content of an element and its border. Let's consider that you have a border. Inside the border, you have some content. Between this border and the content, how much space you want in all the directions, means in the top direction, bottom, left, right, in all the directions, how much space should be there between the border and the content of an element will be specified by the padding property. In the last video, I have discussed about the margin property. What the margin property will let you know? The margin property is used to create the space around the element. Around the element, how much space you want, that will be specified with the help of the margin property, whereas padding property allows you to provide the space between the border and the content of an element. Let me discuss with a simple example. Let me create one table. Now in the table you can see there is a table border. Now if I write hi, now you can observe that there is no space between the hi and the border, right? Then if you want to provide some space in the left direction, then you can provide the space. Now the space between the border and the hi is called as padding in the left direction. Similarly in the top direction, bottom direction, right direction, so this will called as padding. So padding is the space between the content of an element and its border. If we want to use the padding property in CSS, we can use the four properties. One is padding hyphen bottom, padding hyphen top, padding hyphen left, padding hyphen right. The padding hyphen bottom specifies the bottom padding of an element, meaning is that between the border and the bottom of the content, meaning is that from the content and the bottom border. Suppose let's get here, if I insert one table and if I write hi, now between this hi and the bottom border, how much space you want, that when we can call it as a bottom padding. So now if you see there is a space, this space I will call it as bottom padding. So this space we can provide with the help of a property called padding hyphen bottom. Similarly, if you want the space between the top border and the element, we can do with the help of padding hyphen top. Now if you see that there is a top border, between the top border and the high content there is no space. If you want to provide the space, now you can do it. See, this space can be provided in CSS with the help of a property called padding hyphen top. Similarly, if you observe the left border and the high content, there is no space. If you want to provide that space in the CSS, we can do with the help of padding hyphen left. Similarly to the right bottom and the high content, if you want to provide any space, that also can be done with the help of padding hyphen right. So we have padding hyphen bottom, which specifies the bottom padding of an element. We have padding hyphen top, it specifies the top padding of an element. We have padding hyphen left, it specifies the left padding. Padding hyphen right, it specifies the right padding. Now let me discuss all these concepts practically with an example so that it will be clear for you. Now let me go to the desktop, go to the CSS, and let me create the new text document, and I will give it as padding.html. So the file name is padding and the extension is HTML. Are you sure you want to change the extension? Yes, I want to do it. Now let me right click on the padding.html, open with Notepad++. Now I will write the basic HTML document template. So I will write doc type HTML, and then I will write HTML open tag and HTML close tag, and inside the HTML you will have two main tags. One is the head tag and the body tag. The head tag consists of the information like the title of the web page, the internal style sheets, and even the metadata, etc. When it comes to the body tag, it consists of the information which you want to display on the web page. So I will write the head open tag and I will close the head tag. Now inside the head tag, you can have the title tag and you can provide it as padding in CSS. So this will be the title of your web page. Now let me close the title tag and then I will open the body tag and I will close the body tag. In the body tag, I will use some div tag to display some content. So I will write div hi friends and I will close the div tag. Now let me save this program, go to the desktop, CSS. Now let me right click on the padding.html, open with Google Chrome. Now if you observe that hi friends content have been displayed. Now if you look at, immediately the hi friends have been displayed. If you want to give some space, then you can use the margin property. Now to explain about the padding property, I will use border for this hi friends and then I will use the padding property. So what I will do is that I will go to the style. So I will write the style open tag in the header tag. So I can say it is an internal CSS. Then I will write type is equal to text or CSS and then I will close the style tag. Whatever the style you want to provide for any tag or any class or any ID, that you can do inside the style open tag and close tag. So I will want to have some style for the div tag. So I will write some border property. So border property is a shorthand property to provide the border width, border style and also border color. So I will write some 4 pixel is the width and I will give the style as solid. We can give the dashed one, dotted one, double. Already I have discussed in detail about the border property in one of my earlier video. If you don't know about it, I request you to go back and watch that video. Now I want to give the color. So I will write red and then I want to use the margin property. So I will write margin and I will provide it as 10 pixels and I will close this one. Now let me refresh this one. Now if you observe, hi friends have been displayed inside a border. The border has been given a red color and it is a solid border of 5 pixel. Now if you want to adjust the width of the border, that also we can do. So how can I do? I can provide the width property. So I am providing the width of the entire element. So I will write width 100 pixel. Let me close this one here. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see hi friends have been displayed inside a border. Now if you observe, immediately after the border, the hi friends have been displayed. So I can observe that there is no space in the left direction, in the top direction and also in the bottom direction. If you want to provide such space between the border and the content, you can do with the help of padding. So already I have discussed that in the padding we have few more properties like padding hyphen bottom, padding hyphen top, padding hyphen left and padding hyphen right. Let me use all those properties. So I will write padding hyphen bottom, I will provide it as 10 pixels and padding hyphen top, I will provide it as some 20 pixels. Padding hyphen left, I will give some 20 pixel and padding hyphen right, I will give some 10 pixel. Okay, let me close this one, let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see there is a padding in all the directions, in the left direction, top direction, right direction and also the bottom direction. So this is the use of padding property. Now you can ask me one thing, sir, if I want to provide the padding in all the direction, should I need to use all these 4 properties? Is there any shorthand property? Yes, we have a shorthand property for the padding, which is padding property. So padding will take the 4 values, which is this padding in the top direction, right direction, bottom direction, and left direction. So let me write the syntax. So I will give the padding is the name of the property, and then I need to provide the top padding, right padding, then bottom, and then left, and with semicolon. So you can use like this. Let me discuss with a simple example. Let me remove all this one, and I will write padding, and I will provide some 10 pixels in the top directions, 5 pixel in the right direction, 20 pixel in the bottom, and 10 pixels in the left direction. Let's observe it. Let me save this one, go to the browser, and let me refresh it. Now you can see we have a padding in the top direction, right direction, bottom, and also in the left direction. Okay, I hope you have understood this one. Now you can ask me one more question. Sir, instead of providing 4 values, if I provide 3 values, let's take that I'm providing value 1, value 2, and value 3. Then each one, which value will come? Like for the top, what value will come? And for the right and left, what value will come? And for bottom padding, what value will come? Now value 1 will come for the top padding, value 2 will be considered for the right and left padding, and value 3 will be considered for the bottom padding. If you want to observe, let me go to the Notepad++. Instead of providing 4 values, I will provide 3 values. So I have provided the top 10 pixels, right and left 5 pixels, again bottom let me change it as 20 pixels. Let me save this one, go to the browser, and let me refresh it. Now you can observe for the right and left there is 5 pixel padding, and you can observe for the right there is more space because for this element you have provided the width has 100 pixels, so that's why it looks like you have given more padding. Okay, and then for the top you have provided the 10 pixels, for the bottom you have provided the 20 pixel. Instead of providing 3 values, if I provided 2 values like padding, value 1 and value 2, in that case the top and bottom will get the value 1, left and right padding will get the value 2. So value 1 will be considered for the top and bottom padding, value 2 will be considered for the left and right padding. If you want to observe, let me discuss with one example. Let me provide it as 10 pixels and 20 pixel only. Then 10 pixel padding will be considered for the top and bottom, and 20 pixel will be considered for the left and right padding. If you want to observe, let me save this program, go to the browser, and let me refresh it. Now you can observe the change in the content. In place of 2 values, if I provide only one value, padding value 1, then this value will be considered for the top, right, bottom, and also for the left. If you want to observe, let me discuss with one example. I have provided the padding as 10 pixel. This 10 pixel padding will be considered for the top, right, bottom, and also for the left. If you want to observe the change, let me go to the browser and refresh it. Now you can see for the top, bottom, left, and right, the padding has been provided as 10 pixels. Till now we have used the padding with respect to the pixel only. In place of pixel, if I provide the percentage, then percentage specifies a padding in the percentage of the width of an element. The width of the element is 100 pixel. So if you provide 10% of this one, then 10% of the width of the element will be considered for the top, left, right, and bottom padding. If you want to observe the change, let me go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see the high fronts have been displayed with a proper padding. So like this, we can use the padding property in CSS. I hope you have understood about the padding property. If you still have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.